Oh, are you being a tiger? Well, a tiger attacked me here. So this is our resident tiger this morning. Yeah. And Nathaniel's trying to save me. Here's Nathaniel starring himself. Can you give us a big cheer, Nathaniel?
I can't.
Oh, did you get your tail, Andrew? Good morning. We hope your morning is going well. We are enjoying some time upstairs. Oops. All right, let's see what we can do. What are you doing, Nathaniel? Hope and Noah gave us some really cool scented markers, and we're enjoying smelling them. Just smell them, Andrew. Don't paint your nose. Aren't we so glad that we can smell? Oh, who can smell a flower? I'm glad I can, aren't you? Oh, who made flowers smell? No one but God, 'tis true. Ooh, let's see what that smells like. Andrew, does that smell good? Does that smell good? All right. So today I want to share with you a book called Crow, Not Crow by Jane Yolen and Adam Stemple, and the pictures are by Elizabeth Dulemba. The first day Dad took me out birding. The sky was the color of Mom's old pearl ring. The trees were draped with birds. It was very noisy. My brothers all love to go out birding with Dad. They don't have any trouble telling one bird from another. To me, birds look pretty much the same, wings, beak, and legs. And sometimes when I see them flying far away, they're just blurs against the sky. Maybe boys have better eyes, I said. Dad handed me a small pair of binoculars, just the right size for my hands. Your eyes are fine, he told me. You just have to learn how to see and what to look for. He pointed to a line of bugs at my feet. What do you see? Ants. And there, he said, pointing up at a tree where a squirrel with its tail raised like an umbrella sat on a sturdy limb. A squirrel. And there, he pointed at the meadow where birds hopped on the ground and perched in the trees and soared across the morning sky. Birds, I asked. Dad nodded. It all begins with crow, not crow. What begins? Birding, he said. We trudged into the meadow. All around us birds were singing, hollering, really. As we walked across the grass, we scared some of the birds up into the air. Before I was able to get my binoculars up to my eyes, the birds were gone. Fast, I whispered. But one bird didn't fly off. It was as black as night without any moon or stars. Sitting on a tree branch, the bird glared down at me and opened his beak. Caw! Caw! It said. Dad pointed at it. Crow, he said. Crow, I repeated, and smiled, just a little. How's it going over there, Droodle? You working on the silly sense? Yeah, there's one in there you can't get out? Oh, there you go. Now find him in your binoculars, Dad whispered as we knelt carefully to make ourselves small and be very still. The only parts of me moving now were my arms as I put the binoculars up to my eyes. The crow was suddenly huge. Tell me what you see, Dad said. A big black bird. Is it all black? The crow was big. I had to go move my binoculars around to see all of him. His wings are black. I took a deep breath. His legs are black. I took another look. Even his beak is black. And, Dad whispered, he's all black. I whispered back. All. Lowering my binoculars, I watched him fly away. His wingtips spread out like long black fingers. Crow! I named it. Owned it. We walked through the meadow to a marshy stream. A blackbird with a red and yellow band on its wing, like a medal of war, sat on a cattail. He's very black, I said. Crow? Did the crow have a red medallion on his wings? Think back to what you saw before. Picture it in your head. I thought about the crow. All black. Black legs, black beak, black wings, black. I shook my head. Not crow, Dad said. A flock of blackbirds settled into the field beyond the stream. I put my binoculars up. Their feathers were dotted with white like stars in the night sky. Crow? I didn't take my binoculars off of them. What color are their beaks, Dad asked, even though I was sure he knew the answer. Yellow, I said, and they have stars on their feathers. Not crow, Dad said. I looked at the not crows and really tried to see them. Their yellow beaks, their night sky feathers. I spotted one in the flock that was different. It had plain black feathers and a dark beak. Hey, I whispered loudly, there's a different bird in there. Taking a deep breath, I studied my binoculars. It's all black. Is it? I looked again, squinted, stared. Last I said, no, its head is brown. Not crow, Dad said. Not crow, I repeated. A bird called from a nearby tree. Chuck, chuck, it said. I was so close I barely needed my binoculars. It's all black, I whispered. Its wings are black, its legs are black, its beak is black. I put my binoculars and grinned up, put down my binoculars and grinned up at Dad. Crow! He shook his head. Look again. I stared at the bird as it clucked at me. It was all black. All, but it was not crow. I tried to see the differences between crow and this bird, really to see them. It's too small? It's too small, Dad agreed. Dad nodded. Is it the wrong shape? Wrong shape. And its eye is bright, I shouted, which made the bird fly off. Crow's eyes are all black. Dad smiled. You remembered. I smiled. I did. Not crow, I yelled, pointing at the flock fork-tailed birds twisting over the meadow. Not crow at a yellow bird on a fence post with a V on its chest. Not crow at a wide-winged bird soaring over our heads. I laughed and ran, and Dad took big steps to keep up. Not crow, I called to the tiny bird with the bandit mask. Not crow to the tiny bird with the black cap and beard. Not crow to the gray bird with the flashing wings. Suddenly, there he was, perched on peering with one black eye down at me from the branch of a maple tree. Caw, caw, he said. What do you think it is, Nathaniel? A crow! I named him. Dad agreed. Crow. Crow, I said. I see him, Dad. I really see him. I know, Dad said. He put his hand on my shoulder, but lightly so he wouldn't shake my binoculars. I see him, too. Eventually, my binoculars got heavy. Eventually, the crow flew off. Eventually, we headed for home, sometimes walking, sometimes pretending to fly. On the bird feeder near our kitchen sat a red bird with a tiny crest on its head. Not crow, I said, a bit out of breath. We'd walked a long way, and birding is hard work. Seeing, really seeing, is even harder. But this afternoon, or maybe tomorrow, I might learn a new bird. Maybe sparrow, not sparrow. Maybe owl, not owl. And the next day another, till I'm as good a birder as my brothers. Or better. Crow, not crow. That sounds like a good thing to do, doesn't it, Nathaniel? We could go out in the woods and we could see what we can see. Oh, thank you guys for joining us this morning. We hope you have a great Monday and a great start to your week. Hey, Andrew, can you say bye?
Bye.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Come back again very soon. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Can you say goodbye, Nathaniel?
Bye.
Oh, there's Spencer. Bye.